I'm live. I'm sorry. I'm on a brand new phone here. This app is using the full screen. Okay, that's fantastic. Let's hit OK. Uh, well, not did I just want to pop on to show off my new swag. Look at me. I'm on a semi-expensive phone. Go me, winning. Blah blah blah. No, this is more so because I'm watching. What's the title of this little docu series? It's like they did this whole grandiose build up. It had me very invested because I was kind of a part of this group, which if you look on Netflix, it's known as the Antisocial Network. Memes to mayhem. So this is supposed to be the creation of 4chan, and then it leads after some time to the creation of Q. Before that, it goes on to what was it with the Occupy Wall Street movement and all this stuff, and the origin of it being a two page or something in Japan, and how it came out here to America. What's up, Pooh? Good to see you, bro. I hope you and the family are doing well. I think I'm friends with your up and coming boy. He's doing great things in the music world. Just keep on trucking, brother. So I'm watching this here doc, right? And yes, I'm invested. I've always had a thing for anonymous. I got the Guy Fawkes mask, and I'm of that generation that was around when this started to actually grow into something. So I'm very interested, right? And I'm reliving some of the greater moments and some of the lesser proud moments. And then here comes the 1-2 punch left at the last half hour, like the real intention of what this whole journey has been about. And I'm disappointed. I'm sure some people may hear this and be like, yeah, man, it's time for you to finally catch on, especially my more liberal friends. But they dedicated the entire half hour of this 1 hour, 2 hour, no, 1 hour documentary into all of it somehow connecting all these random things, absolutely random things on how 4chan does raids on Scientology, and they used to out white supremacists and other hate mongers, put them in jail and troll people and all that. And now it's all about somehow 1-2 punch and boom, it's about Trump. It's about how 4chan, they try to make the dots connect. They really do. They reach. It's clear as day. Nobody that was involved with 4chan at any time, especially the original creator Moot, wanted to be political. Nobody had a political agenda. But now we have this documentary trying to tell us that Breitbart, Milo Yiannopoulos, and Trump and Steve Bannon all recognized that there was potential in 4chan with the quote unquote rootless white Americans, and that this became their target demographic. Now, I can't sit here and say that there's not a little bit of truth, because if you go on 4chan, you'll see some memes that are like pro Trump. What's up, Allie? How you doing, girl? You got to check out this documentary. It's wild because they fill you up with a bunch of truth, and then they hit you with a giant punch of misinformation at the end. And it's just like I'm onto it because I followed through with this stuff from its not from its inception, but pretty damn early on in the game. I don't know if a lot of you even know what I'm talking about when I mention 4chan. Some people only hear of that name from the mainstream outlets, and they're confused about what it is. It's just a place where anonymous people go to do anonymous crap. Some of it's crazy, creepy, weird. Some of it's hilarious. But this is a very weak attempt to demonize Trump yet again. This is propaganda, and for shame that they're using like a place that was just supposed to be non-political. It was supposed to take down large corporations that fed off of the lifeblood of the tax-paying citizen. That was the intention as it started to recognize you could organize anonymously. What is it? Is it on? Yeah, it's on Netflix. This like let me see. I never recognized it. I almost don't want to watch the entirety of the end because it wasn't predictable. It's just like I've heard this all before. No, this dropped. Well, it dropped this year. So I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's the Antisocial Network, Memes to Mayhem, and what a reach it is. I hope people see this for what it is. I can see how the darling liberals and whoever funded this, CNN, MSNBC, I myself, I've become someone that repeats talking points, but it's the same people over and over again. Wherever the money comes from, they get to dominate the message. This shit is not true, man. Like this last part of the documentary is just straight up not true. Trump was not aware of 4chan, and I've never paid any credence to Q. I don't give a fuck about Q. I know people are pretty religious about Q. I never in my life read a Q scripture or a Q prediction. I never was into that, even though even somebody that I respect like CanCon would tell me Q is for real and you gotta you should really listen to. I don't know. I never went for it. Maybe he said some wild stuff. I mean, right here in the documentary, they admit that somebody was posting as Q on the forums, and then Trump's tweet would match the actual post of Q. So that's weird. I don't have an explanation for that. Q is a LARP. What's up, BSR? I'm confused right now, man. Because this is just another hit piece. I was really digging the story of the inner workings behind behind Anonymous, what it was before Anonymous. I was being informed and educated, and then here's the culmination is just let's see if you can hear it. And I guarantee it's going to be something bad or negative about Trump because that's the last half hour is dedicated to how somehow for somebody that the great mainstream calls a moron, they really credit him with being someone that plays that 10D chess kind of shit, man. They must think they play him to be the dumbest, but they also at the same time want us to think he's the smartest. That he knew that he could tap into 4chan. There's no effing way. Milo Yiannopoulos, who is shamed and shunned and should be rightly so, he was one of the few of Breitbart that recognized things were happening there, but they're exaggerating the power. Let me see. Let me get the volume up real good. I was never into Q, so I'm open to whatever I'm to be told. What do we got?
Stream, tweet it out, do whatever you want to do. Spread the information. That's what QAnon asks us to do.
See now, how did Q is a patriot?
Many of the things that
Major in Green, Taylor.
Given clues about and talked about on 4chan and other forums
what
have really proven to be true.
There was a curious sight at last night's Trump rally in Tampa.
I like Major Green. All right.
Q was everywhere.
What was once a baseless conspiracy theory
all right, true or false? Hasn't the Q thing kind of died down like in present day? I don't see signs of Q anywhere at current rallies. Not that I'm there, but from the TV or the internet, I just haven't. So are they still trying to conflate it? Is this just another attack? What is this sign I'm looking at? We won't go home until we expose adrenochrome. There's one thing I'm guilty of, and I have to admit to it. I don't often talk too much about the things I don't on the side that I intend to vote for. I'm being more of a populist. I'm voting for Trump more than I am the party. That's a truth right there. But like some of the things with I can't say I'm the arbiter of what's true and what's not, but abortion clinics and all that, and then the what was it being said that they were getting adrenochrome? Like that stuff where I'm like, I haven't seen enough evidence. I've seen misinformation. I've seen things that we can prove are not true. I've seen horrifying news. Sometimes the horror of the news itself is the strategy and the tactic. So you're so horrified that when you find out it's not true, the damage is done already. And you're already so angry, emotional. Once they get you emotionally, you're lost to the cause. You've forfeited any logical response or any control over your own like intellectual autonomy here. Me and my $5 words. I'm gonna put something akin to a swear jar right next to me. Anytime I use a big stupid word, I'm gonna start putting money there. I'm gonna be a millionaire in 4 days. So, the adrenochrome thing, I should one day do a panel about adrenochrome. I've been told it exists, but I don't know much else about, like, have you ever seen it, you know? All right, let me see where else this little hit piece is going. It was doing so well for a whole 50 minutes.
A mainstream online cult.
Q is about getting to the truth.
He knows a lot of the secrets.
Is Q even still relevant? Are people still talking about Q? I really thought Q was died out.
Yeah. And that's why he's such a threat to them.
All the MAGA hats are everywhere. Look, come on. They're showing clips from 2018 now, so they're not even trying to hide old footage. Do better. Do better. What's up, Garrett? The world watching the left replace one moron for another has confused. Okay, let me make sure I read that right, because sometimes I'll got the world watching the left replace one moron for another. Yeah, no, I just whatever the case is, that I see right through this, and it's so pitiful. This was a great documentary, and now it's a completely, if you vote for Trump, you're gonna be a part of the mass conspiracy, hate mongers, conflated with the Nazis and every other terrible thing that Anonymous has ever done. And some of the good, like going after Scientology, that it had no real vision, but the Occupy Wall Street, the intentions were good, but yeah, nah, man. 2018.
It was a very diverse group, but ultimately they're just normal people. They have jobs, they have kids.
Why can't we use footage from the most recent?
They're working people.
When you talk to people who
They are doing it wrong, and I totally just at the time could not interpret your comment, because I'm honestly confused and disappointed.
support QAnon, they need some.
This is just not relevant. They're trying to re-spark the Q thing.
Got the short end.
And I don't know if he's still popular. I'm not going to apologize to people that. Oh, hold on.
To say everything's fine. Don't worry about it. I know.
They're putting all the Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, all the rich people here.
What happens? Is people begin to hate the truth, and they end up doing the same thing.
You got to see some of this stuff, man.
People did.
Hold on.
Start falling into the internet, finding the fantasy.
My books.
Those smart people at the top, they're using the truth to beat me over the head. So I'll invent my own truth. It doesn't have to be.
So I'll invent my own truth. That's where they're going.
That quote-unquote truth just sounded deranged.
So what we are starting to believe ourselves, or what we do believe, is a machination of our own of our own what we want to believe. We're manifesting it. We're our own manifest destiny, and somehow this all equals don't vote for Trump. So bad.
If you're not familiar
You
with
were doing so good.
Theory, it goes like this. They think that President Trump is engaged in a secret war against satanic pedophiles in the Democratic Party.
Oh, they just used the Biden sniff clip. I gotta show that. Come on. We all want the Biden sniff clip, right? Come on. Play that part again.
They're using the truth to beat me
Oh,
over the
goodness
head.
gracious. I wasn't expecting this. I have work soon.
It doesn't have to
Very
be true,
soon.
It just has to feel right.
Has to
Little by
feel right.
little, that quote-unquote truth just sounded deranged.
If you're not familiar with the conspiracy theory, it goes like this. They think that President Trump is engaged in a secret war against satanic pedophiles in the Democratic Party and Hollywood.
Well,
Hillary Clinton is a Luciferian Satanist, and so are the Rothschilds, so are the rest of the cabal. Open your eyes to what's really going on. Oprah Winfrey? You really think we can trust Oprah Winfrey?
no, not at all.
These people are trying to drink blood. Why did they do it? Because it's actually a drug. It's called adrenochrome. Gives them energy. It makes them feel a little younger, right?
Okay.
It's not like they're doing it for no reason.
Oh, that's the
This
okay.
myth
Hold on.
becomes a myth.
This is weird stuff that they're showing under the guise of like normalcy, trying to make us think that it's like ridiculous. That's a picture from that spirit cooker who all these celebrities, they actually go and stay with her and do all this training, and she cooks food that is meant to look as human as possible. That's actually a cake that looks like a body that has been open, torn to pieces, and it's all the elites eating it. How did they throw that in there with all these images trying to say, this is, so ridiculous? Like, I'll even saying Hillary Clinton is Luciferian. I mean, it's plausible, but I don't believe it. I think she's just an evil piece of shit scumbag, and we'd be better off in a world where she is not harmed, but in no way or form involved in the political structure. But you can't pull this one on me, okay? You had me with all the other images, but you can't pull. The spirit cooker lady, right? I'm ranting my ass off now. But Lady Gaga calls her her hero. She stripped herself naked and did this like Jedi training shit for 2 weeks in the water, just wanting to master her ways. See, that's real shit. Under the pretense, like the adrenochrome stuff, I can't speak to it, man. I just hear a lot, but I can't sit here and fake that I've seen concrete evidence of adrenochrome usage.
As it grows in popularity, as people begin to believe it. But 4chan knows that
More,
what they're
there's
doing is they're
Obama
putting
stuff.
old 4chan jokes in the thing that they're making up. For example, CP, that's a code for child pornography.
Yeah, don't say
So
that.
anything
PDF.
Started with those letters: Cheese Pizza, Christopher Poole, Captain Picard.
Oh, goodness gracious.
These were all old school.
Well, it's certainly, if there's one thing that's clear, it's easy to manipulate the masses. It's harder to just really get the individual completely, I don't know, hook, line, and sinker. But when you get groupthink and you get enough people that really want to believe something specific or lean or think in a certain way, it is easier, of course. It's easier to manipulate a people in a church than it is one person sitting idly, in my opinion. That wasn't a jab at anybody. I'm just saying in a group. But I gotta say, go ahead and see it for yourselves. It's a wild ride. It's very informative. The Antisocial Network, memes to mayhem. It was even funny until the conclusion here, which I'm not even gonna bother with because I've heard it all before. The message towards the end, half hour towards the end, is Trump equals bad, and if you're thinking for yourself, if you find your own truth outside of the status quo, you're bad too, and how dare you, and you better vote for whoever the DNC is coronating today. Stupid camel toe Harris. I'm going to go get ready for work. I don't have much time. I hope you all are doing fantastic. Allie, Lewis, Garrett, take care, guys. I'm out, man. Wild. Check out the... Oh, yeah, you know what? Hit the thumbs thing if you want to. Not forcing you.